It'll live on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're live.
Yay!
Yay! All right, okay. So I don't know if anybody's watching live. If you are, gotta let Erin Mallon onto the stage.
Hey!
Welcome.
Hello. Can you
We can
Your
see
beautiful
you.
faces are frozen, but I think it's on my side. Okay. I will just
You're
trust the
moving like-
process. Hello, happy release day.
Thank you. I'll toast my fizzy water.
Oh, I
Gotta
should
stay hydrated.
Mine's just boring old water.
My beverage is in the other room.
Oh no.
I'll run over and get it before the first question.
Well, let me explain that if anyone is watching live, they can post a comment on the YouTube channel and I will see it and I will talk to you. But the recording of this is also going to be on Facebook if you have to leave or if you're just watching now. And the trivia quiz contest will go for a week for those who are watching, and I will post the questions also in the Facebook with this live party. And the reason we're doing this, if you haven't yet read For Fork's Sake, is that trivia truly brings Sam and Diane together. And that is partly because over about a year before we left Wilmington, my husband and I became obsessed with doing trivia. And the host of that trivia was actually named Empty Bottles. And I asked his permission to use his name, and he was very excited. So
I love that.
Mr. Davis and I are going to trivia tonight. I'm very excited. So this is like my warm-up.
Oh, awesome. Is that something you do a lot?
No, we always have all these children and they're away at summer camp. So we're going to bar trivia.
Oh yeah, you're temporarily childless for a little while.
I'm having the best week.
That is awesome.
So when we do the trivia, we're not saying our answers.
No. So you should have something to write your answers down on, right? And then we can either do it after we stop going live and I'll decide who won, or we can wait and let Ember enter as well. You could just send me your answers like everybody else does. And then, but I do need to know because, actually you could guess too, who's going to win is one of the questions between the authors. Ellen, what are you going to win? Those of you who enter a signed copy of For Fork's Sake. And I have to, Liz was so sweet. We met for lunch this week because she was driving through Atlanta and she brought me a copy and I forgot to bring her one because I'm a jerk. But I'm also going to send to 2 people a little collection of Farm to Forking stickers. This is the new one that Lainey had the idea for and I copied. And
you enhanced. Look at that sausage. It's floored.
And this is the Farm to Forking logo, and this is the Forklick logo that Liz designed.
Nice.
And then these are also, you can also get one of these.
They're so cute.
Yes. Birds and a dog. This is a German Shepherd, but there's just not a collection of Belgian Malinois stickers available anywhere. And they look close. So anything else going on we should talk about before we jump into the trivia?
How are you feeling on your release day, ma'am?
I'm very excited. Before we started, we were talking a little bit about, I think we're drafting on each other's success because I had more pre-orders and more sales on release day than I've ever had.
Amazing.
So, and I think, the reviews have been also awesome. People are just in love with the Bed family. And the sweetest thing, Leanne, who does Read, Pair, Share on Instagram, she said that Forklick is now her happy place.
Oh God, that's nice. That's
Isn't that awesome?
yeah.
Like, that's where she wants to go.
That's why we do this, man. That's so great.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want to go to Fork Lake.
I know.
mean, can I live there? I created it. Can I live there?
Yeah, so it's been good. And I'm sure you'll relate to this, Erin. It is a little odd not to know when the audiobook's coming out, but
Yeah, but we know.
we know that there is one now.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's exciting. And we're not revealing the male narrator yet, but that we got some hack for the female narrator.
Yeah.
Some schmuck.
She's very excited though. She's very excited. She was thinking the other day how cool that's going to be to like dive into these books all again in a different way. So it's really fun. And when she is writing, she's thinking about the audio too. So as I was writing my book, I was getting very excited about what I knew I got to do in there. And then I started to think about you guys and I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. So I'm very excited when I get to dive into that.
Yeah, I remember Erin said she was a little mad that I gave the 1 or 2 woofs from Gomer
I
to
really want to bark.
the
Yeah.
male point of view, so she doesn't get to bark.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, but it happens to me too. In my book, there's this whole Colleen monologue, and I couldn't find a way to put it in his chapter. I couldn't find a way to put it in my chapter as the narrator. So he's going to have this, but then I have stuff from him. It's just the way it goes, you know? And hopefully you hire great people and you can do cool things. So
I think we should share, because we are all so excited about this, that all the books are written in some form.
yeah,
Or in draft form, but
We did the thing.
yeah. So that is very exciting. And
exciting.
we're all reading books 3 and 4, and it is delightful. I can't.
4 and 5. Yeah.
Oh, Leanne just made a comment. She said, I'm here. I'm glad I'm not in the live because you made me cry saying my name.
Oh,
She said, I'm also glad I already have a copy because I'm horrible at trivia. But Leanne, you've read the book, you might know. So you should enter, and you could gift the book to somebody else. So don't discount yourself. But thanks for commenting. You made us cry too.
yeah. I mean, I love knowing that.
Funnily enough, I'm going to upstate New York in a couple of weeks to visit a friend and just sort of do a little tour around. And so it's like belated research, but I can use it for my next book. But I'm excited to be in the Catskills and drive through those hilly green places.
It's been a while since I've been to the Catskills. That sounds delicious.
I'm gonna be in next door in the Berkshires, basically in September. So, yeah.
Oh wait, that's not the Berkshires.
Wait. Do I have it wrong?
Amherst is not the Berkshires. It's Berkshires adjacent.
Berkshire's adjacent. Oh, excuse me.
I actually don't know what it's called there, but I don't think it's the Berkshires.
Let's see. I'm seeing if this is better, if it's less echoey. Is it less echoey here?
It is.
Okay.
Well, it's when Karen talks or when one of us talks.
All right.
So
Karen, speak.
Hello.
And then
Is it
you
me?
hear her echo through me. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do, guys. All right.
Headphones?
I tried that. I'll try
Do
again.
I need to wear headphones?
No, sorry. This has gotten incredibly boring all of a sudden because I'm doing this.
I don't find it boring. I'm like, ooh, look at Erin's house.
And now
Oh,
we're getting
yeah.
tour.
I would have cleaned up if I knew I was touring.
Never do that. Never
Talk
clean.
amongst yourself. I'm going to do some stuff over here.
Okay.
There was something else I was going to talk about.
I mean, should we go ahead and say that we're going to work on the audio after all the books are out, that is going to come this fall? Like, we're definitely doing it.
Yeah. I don't know that we have announced that definitively, but yes, we know we have cast the male narrator. He is hired. If you didn't understand the joking, Erin Mallon is the female narrator. And they are coming out for sure in 2024. Is that? Yep. Oh, one of the commenters put audio, exclamation point, question. Yes, Jane, SoCal gal. We are Erin who? Erin Mallon.
The one
Narrator extraordinaire. She is going to do all the lady parts. And a guy who y'all will love is going to do all the boy parts. The male POVs, and apparently Gomer as well. So yeah, we're excited about that. But we have another exciting thing. Oh, her, Jane says. That Erin. Who knows her?
I love you, Jane.
Yeah, we have another little project that's going to
Showed
happen
up
with
so
Queen. And Leanne says, yay, so exciting. And this will be, I don't know if we have talked about this before. I think this will be Liz and Ember's very first audio. So
Yes.
that's exciting.
I'm very excited, and I am so glad that I have Karen and Erin to help me navigate the mayhem of audiobooks. So
it's only mayhem at first. Once you get into it, right, Lainey? It's all.
Yeah, but like imagine Erin Mallon narrating your first audiobook.
She narrated my fourth. I didn't get my act together fast enough. Okay, I think we should dive into the trivia. And Ember, if you guys don't know, has recently had a small child come out of her body. So she is probably changing a diaper or acting as food for such child at the moment. But
I'm gonna text her real quick just in case she forgot.
Okay.
What was she using the other day? Because they used the Spanish word.
Tita?
Yeah. Teta.
Teta?
Yeah.
Which means teats, she told me.
Literally. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I miss those days, and yet I don't. Feeling like a cow, but it's also kind of miraculous. That said, I think we're going to jump into the trivia quiz. Again, I have sent this out in my newsletter, but if anyone wants to play, it will be in the Facebook group. You can download, and you can send me your answers via email, karen@karengray.com, to enter. And that's what these guys are going to do too. So none of the answers will be revealed now. And I'm going to make.
We're not going to flirt, and we're not going to discuss. Okay.
No.
That is going to be so hard.
I know. But deal with it. I am the trivia queen today. I get to be my own MT bottles. All right. So this is the For Fork's Sake trivia quiz. Does everyone have their pens and paper ready? Awesome. Question number 1. They're all very tricky, so listen carefully. How long have Sam and Diane known each other when they see each other at the hotel bar in Albany in the first scene of For Fork's Sake? And these are multiple choice. A, it's the first time they've met. B, 1 day. C, 6 months. D, 3 years. E, none of the above. So it's first time, 1 day, 6 months, 3 years, or none of the above.
Oh, I didn't realize you were throwing in none of the above, because then it's like tricky. If you're not confident. Tricky. Yeah.
Let me know. Lainey looks disturbed, but you ready for me to go on?
Yes, I am following along digitally. I don't like pens and pencils.
All right. Question number 2. Who greets Diane when she first arrives at Bedfellows Farm? Barbara, Trixie, Colleen, Ethel, all of the above. So Barbara, Trixie, Colleen, Ethel, or all of the above.
These
Ready
are
for question?
tricky. You made them trickier than I thought you were going to. Because I'm like, multiple choice. Obviously, I'm going to get these all. And then you're being a little shady.
I am very shady.
All right.
You know what I think is also funny? Like, because now that all 5 books are written, we have, like, Lainey and I have had enough time since our books were written that I'm not sure that I would know the answers to, like, my questions if I wrote this. But also, I've read everybody else's books. So I have to remember which is Karen's.
And because the ladies show up. Yeah.
It's the same world and the same characters.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Question number 3. What is the ringtone on Sam's phone assigned to his twin sister, Colleen? So when Colleen calls him, what does he hear on his phone? A, the song He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by the Hollies. B, the song Little Sister by Elvis. C, the song Daniel by Elton John. D, A Sheep Buying. E, none of the above. And I'm going to give you a little hint here. They are twins, Daniel and Colleen, but Daniel was born first. So the song He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, the song Little Sister, the song Daniel, sheep buying, or none of the above.
I just want to comment that the man is named Samuel, not Daniel.
All right. Ready for question number 4? All right. What is the name of the app that helps save Diane's family's orchards? A, Trivia Crush. B, iNaturalist. C, Seek. D, Merlin. Or E, all of the above.
I use 2 of these apps, so I hope I get it right.
Well, several of these apps, if not all of them, are actual apps.
Yes.
That are
yes.
good, useful apps for IDing things. All right. Question number 5. And this one's really tricky because it's in the bonus epilogue, which I did not give you guys. So you have to guess.
Rude.
I know. Question number 5, but some people have read the bonus epilogue, just not you. What feature of Bedfellows Farm does Sam replicate for Diane's family's orchards? The answer is found in the bonus epilogue. A, the bench overlooking the farm. B, the pick your own fruit business. C, the pole barn. D, Barbara's palace. Or E, none of the above.
It's that E that's tricky.
So my bad. I didn't give these ladies this bonus epilogue, so they're just guessing.
No, but I love the idea of Barbara having a guest cottage elsewhere.
I know. Ethan can bring her along when they visit. Okay, question number 6. What is the name of Diane's family orchard? Fishkill Farms, Applewood Orchards, Catterskill Orchards, McCarthy Family Farm, or none of the above? Two more questions, and then there's a bonus. Number 7. What is the name of Sam's employer at the beginning of the book? Monsanto, Cornell Cooperative Extension, Congento, Sin Agro, or none of the above? So Monsanto, Cornell Cooperative Extension, Congento, Sin Agro, or none of the above. Question number 8. This also appears in Erin's book, but no one's read that but us. So anyway, what is the name of Ginny Quick's store? The Quick Stop, the Quick Pick, Quick Thinking, Quicket, or none of the above? The Quick Stop, the quick pick, quick thinking, quick it, or none of the above? And the bonus question, which you guys should answer, which author do you think will score best on this trivia quiz? Not including me. Liz Alden, Lainey Davis, Ember Leigh, Erin Mallon. And I have to share that I was so obsessed with trivia that when I had a milestone birthday this past year, I told my children that what I wanted was for them to do a trivia quiz for me. And so they interviewed my parents and my brother and people from my life. And then we all went to this brewery and they ran this trivia quiz.
Nice.
And I did not get all the answers right.
Nice.
Because one of the questions was, what was the make and model of my first car and the color? And I didn't know any of those things. It was just my car. I didn't know what the hell I was driving. So don't feel badly if you miss some of these questions.
Well, I voted for myself in the bonus question, just to be clear.
I also voted for Liz because you just always know everything.
She is the keeper of the spreadsheet. That's
well, it's funny because I'm realizing, I have a special project that I'm working on, and I'm realizing that I got 2 of the business names wrong on my special project. So it's a good thing I'm going to fix them.
I don't even know what this special. Does anyone know what this special project is?
You know what it is. She just doesn't want to say.
Yes.
It's related.
Oh, gotcha.
There it is.
So, okay. So it's only been 20 minutes, but I don't know. Do we have more to talk about?
I want to share our answers. This is hard.
Yeah, I know.
Lainey, I voted for you, just so you know.
Oh,
It was a toss up between Liz and Lainey, though, because but I don't know. I'm glad Liz got to. Okay, we spread the love. Good.
I am the number 1 input person if people talk about Clifton's strengths at all. So
I'm starting to feel like I cannot continue in this community
until you take it.
Because every conversation comes back to that. I'm a number 1 this, I'm a number 5 that. And I'm like, shit, I guess if I want to hang out with everybody, I need to do it.
You do. And I need to do it through the writing world. I did the Clifton Strengths assessment through, I teach a class at the university here in Pittsburgh, and the first year students there all take it. So now I'm trying to get them to talk more about their strengths because they kind of like take it and then forget about it and never reference it ever again.
Lainey, I'm number 2 input.
Ooh.
I'm number 2 input too. I'm number 1 learner.
Okay. Learner is my number 2.
What does input mean? Like in this regard?
I thrive when I am like ingesting information, and I need to be just I just need it to be coming at me all the time.
But it's different than learner, because learner is, in my understanding, more about really diving in and learning a thing, whereas input is you could call it collecting, because some people, I mean, in a what is called the basement, you're like a hoarder, like you just collect literal stuff as well as information or people to the point that you are never outputting. And that's the balance you have to find, is to, and for me, it's about inputting and then putting my whole life challenge is like putting the things in the place where I can find them again. And because when you input too much and it's not organized, then it's doesn't do you any good. You just get clogged.
Mm-hmm.
So a big thing with input is, are you outputting? Are you taking this information and putting it somewhere? Or are you taking these people in your life and interacting with them rather than just having them and stuff?
Well, and I see it.
Container.
I see it speaking to my writing when, especially like random factoids, they just pop up onto the page, and I don't feel like I need to dig really deeply for those kind of like realistic details. I just I just know that there's a gas station called the Pump and Dump in Scranton on your way to the Catskills. So,
because you filed that.
I filed it.
Drove by it. Yeah. Yeah. And I think to me, it's really useful to understand how all my brain parts work together or don't work together when I'm stuck, because getting out of a stuck place is so different for everybody else, or when I'm not being productive, or when I'm overwhelmed, or, any of those things. Or even when you're doing well, you can, like, one of the things I do every morning when I get to it, when I make myself do it, is I do a little command center assignment where I give each of my top 5 categories. What are they called? The strengths. Thank you. A job for the day.
That is so organized.
And I thank them for what they did the day before.
That's amazing.
Because otherwise they fight, and literally, like, they don't, like, I have intellection third, and all it wants to do is sit and think about things.
Did you go see Inside Out 2 yet? You're describing
not yet.
You're describing the plot of Inside Out 2.
I gotta see it. I loved Inside Out 1 so much. The funny thing is, my younger daughter, this has nothing to do with these books, but I gotta tell the story. When she was younger, like when she was 8 or something, she talked about having in her brain were brain bugs, and they all had names, and most of them rhymed with each other. It was like Ned and Ted and Fred and all this sort of stuff. And they all had jobs, and a lot of what their jobs were to take information and put it in boxes. Like that, they were stores of memories and facts, and like, she kind of was she kind of knew she was pretending, but it was playful, but I think she also, that's how it felt in her brain.
Did she later watch Inside Out and say, they were inside my head when they wrote this?
She kind of did. Yeah. She was a little old for it. She was already a teenager. This one maybe would speak more to her when the first one came out, because I feel like this one is geared toward at least young teens. But when that movie came out, I was like, it's the brain bugs. But I feel like, a lot of us who are writers or creators are like that in terms of, especially writers maybe, or actors. We have all these people in our head.
And some of them are loud.
And obnoxious.
There's a book I'm supposed to be working on. And the book I can work on after that one is the hero of that book is being really, really intrusive. Like, hush, wait your turn. So I don't know.
Yeah, see, I think that's you learned in the last year, Lainey, that you wrote at first all these angsty sports romances with younger characters, and then you went into slightly older characters with rom-coms who are nerdy or, in another sort of world. But you feel like you thrive now when you go back and forth.
Yeah, I need to revisit the angsty guys every couple of books.
And so which side is it that's being loud?
There is an angsty guy in there. He's going to hurt his Achilles tendon. He's going to rupture it. And so my family had an incident where we blew a tire on the interstate. And I realized that is also what needs to happen in this guy's book, because he will have this ruptured Achilles and he'll be in a boot and he won't be able to put the donut on the car. The heroine is going to have to do it. And he's having all kinds of feelings about it, and they're inside they're becoming my brain bugs. So I might have to write 2 books simultaneously, because I already booked my editor for the other one and the cover, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I know that since y'all have read my book, Kit is a side character, and y'all know he's going to get his own story, and he's being. What was that?
I cannot wait.
Yeah, so he's very loud, and actually it turns out, because the book that I need to work on right now is my Christmas book that comes out this year called Ghost of Xmas Past. And it turns out Kit is going to appear in that book. He is so obnoxiously loud that he's going to be in my Christmas story.
Good for him.
I know.
Is he going to clean?
He is going to clean. Yeah.
Nice.
Not the half naked cleaning, but the real cleaning. So
wait, the half naked cleaning is not real?
Well, he does both. If you read the bonus epilogue for Buddy You Up, you know that this Alex's best friend Kit is he moves back to his hometown of here, New York, and he's helping his parents clean their rental places, and then he starts his own company, and most of what he does is regular cleaning, but sometimes a client books him to come shirtless, wearing a bow tie, makes a cocktail, and then clean while people hang out and watch. So,
and maybe that's not as thorough. Like he's not getting your baseboards when he's not wearing a shirt.
I think he is getting your baseboards, Lainey. Yes. So Kit's apparently just loud enough that he's going to be in everything. So, yeah. I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I often have so many ideas and just not enough time to write them all. And like the book that comes after Kit's book in the series is already making itself known, and like,
well, and I think I told you all, and maybe I'll tell the viewers, that this process, like working collaboratively with you, it's just like giving me permission to try new things. And so the book that I'm meant to be working on, I wrote an extensive outline of it, like a 5,000 word outline. I've never done that before. And I sent that to an editor. And I've never done that before. And so she's giving me feedback at the idea stage. So it is pretty invigorating. Like I've just gained so much from partnering with these fork gals.
Yeah.
I think you said orc for a minute.
Fork.
So Karen, I was wondering if you could tell us about your book boxes.
Oh, yes. I in fact sold another one this morning.
Hey, that's exciting.
I actually have I have the stuff ready to go, but so you get a box, and I guess that would make sense with the book in it. But it's also, this is I got from Lainey. I was thinking about doing something more farm-like to pad the box, to pad the items in the box. But then there was the issue with that company who we won't talk about, who sells farm implements. But also my husband was like, I don't want that coming in my house. Don't send them that. So instead I have recycled paper that has gone through my shredder. And so that's a packed one, the one I'm sending out. But in it you get a postcard. I won this at my book club's Christmas swap. It's a box of postcards of bookshops from around the world. So you get a little postcard from some random bookshop, and then you get the stickers that I showed before. You get a farm to forking bookmark. This designed by Lainey, and that takes you to the 4-chapter excerpts of all the books. Then you get a coaster, and then you get a selection of things which vary, including you could get sheep socks.
Those are so cute.
Aren't they cute?
And I know you told us where you got those, right? Yeah, you gave us the link.
Yeah. And you could get this little magnetic strawberry paper clip.
Oh.
You could get, which Lainey, I know you know about these little strawberry notepads. You could get a wish bracelet with a little sheep on it.
Amazing.
And or you could get this adorable crocheted seedling bookmark.
It
So
is so much cute stuff.
It's
yeah,
so
I had
cute.
too much fun, and I'm going to do this for every book now because
I know it's so fun. I had an angsty book come out, and the heroine is named Fern, and I found like real ferns that are pressed that I put in the.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I am just loving myself with these book boxes.
yeah,
I hope
it's
the
fun.
readers are into it.
Yeah, I having my own shop is like a dream come true. I don't know if you guys did this, but when I was little, if I wasn't playing school or Osmond brother girlfriends,
Ah.
showing my age, I was playing shop, playing store. All our Monopoly money was just always in the garage where we would play store with it. And I feel like I'm playing store now. I love.
Yeah, my kids are way into commerce. Like they play shop too. And when we do a puzzle, like as a family, like let's say it's a puzzle about animals or something, my kids will say, all right, I'm going to pull aside all the pieces with eyeballs on it. And then they call it their eyeball shop. Like it's everything's a shop.
And do they have to do other people have to trade to get an eyeball from them?
No, but they
No.
just call it a shop because
Yeah.
that's how much shop they play. I have these great pictures of my kids playing Aldi. Do you all have an Aldi near you? The cashier sits. So my boys would sit with their fake cash register and just like hurl all the stuff into the fake shopping cart.
That's very cool. Yeah, I agree, Karen. I think having the shop has been a lot of fun, and I know we've talked about like the struggle to get traffic to your shops, which is a pain, but it's still really a great opportunity to like sell anything you have. So anything book related, which is great. I sign paperbacks. I just discovered, I'm at my mom's right now, and I just discovered a stack of books that I had here that I didn't know. And so I'm like, oh, well, I get to offer more signed paperbacks on my store, more paperbacks for everybody.
Now you're a landlubber. You can actually send things out.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to do a book box at some point when I get a little bit more settled in. So all of my Liz Alden stuff is in a like big plastic box. So I am promising myself that I am not going to go outside the box because I have to lug it around for the next 6 months. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for holiday gifting time. I think we're gonna make some cute boxes and have some really cute bookish gifts to offer for folks.
Yeah.
But it's beach read season right now, and our books, this series, I can't think of a more delightful thing to be reading when you're at an Airbnb shaped like cheese, like our friend from Wisconsin sent us.
Yeah.
Wait, it was shaped like cheese?
Yes, the house was shaped like cheese.
How did I miss that?
Painted yellow, and there's like circles on the ceiling. Apparently, somewhere in Wisconsin, there is an Airbnb shaped like cheese. And little sheep.
That there's more than one.
Yeah.
Well, anytime I see goats or sheep now, I'm like, oh, look, it's Barbara, or it's one of Alex's goats. So.
See, I find that it's the Australian. Wait, what is Trixie again?
Yeah, she's the Aussie Mini.
Yeah, they show up in my feed all the time, like doing little. Have you seen the ones that dance with their owners?
Oh my
God.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Yeah, we went to a brewery a couple days ago in Asheville, and there was someone, a patron there. Dogs were loud, and the patron had two. I think she had one Aussie Mini, and then she had a full size Aussie Shepherd,
jumbo size,
because one was very small and very cute with the bright blue eyes. Oh my God. And then the other one was bigger, but they were adorable.
The brewery where we're going for trivia tonight also allows dogs. So if I see any dogs from our series, I will take a picture.
Yeah. So Karen, tell us about Gomer.
Oh, so there's this awesome organization called Pause for People. Pause with the letter for people. They actually let me use. Well, I referred to them in the acknowledgments of my book, and they asked me to use the little registered trademark when I put their name in the book. But they have this really great program. There's programs like this all over the country, but what I find so amazing about theirs is that it's kind of like from beginning to end, it benefits all parties. So they are breeding these dogs that are meant to be service dogs of all kinds. I mean, medical reasons, psychological reasons, various, you can qualify for a dog for all kinds of reasons. And their dogs are all, for the most part, golden retrievers or other retrievers. And I volunteered with them a few times, but a friend of mine's, their husband he's on the board, and they ended up with a failed service dog. And so that's where I first learned about the fact that that happens, because what is required of each sort of kind of service dog is so specific, and they have to be so reliable that even though they have gone through years of training, sometimes they don't make it through. And just to finish with Pause for People, what I think is so cool. So it's at UNC at Wilmington, they have a program where they train students to train the dogs. So that's a class you can take. So that's benefiting them as well as the dogs, as well as the eventual owners. And then they have the place where they're training them. People like me can volunteer to just go and help with socialization of the dogs. So we went to a store, we went to a bank, we went to a business, and just hung out with the puppies, cute puppies, while they got used to being in all these weird different situations. And then when they get to be a certain age, they go to a correctional facility, and these inmates are trained to work with the dogs, and they do a whole other level of training for them. And there's all these studies that say how beneficial that is for the inmate, as well as the dog, and as well as the eventual owner. And then they come back and they do the more specialized training for whatever their human that they're going to be assigned to needs. And then they go on to the human. And what's interesting about those dogs is that they are never owned by the recipient. They're actually owned by the foundation. I don't know if that's true everywhere, but if a dog fails and they can't be sort of reconfigured, retrained, or replaced somewhere else, someone can buy them. And it's quite expensive because you're paying for all that training that has happened. So that's what happened with Gomer, that when Sam makes a transition in his own career from a very well-paying job that was sort of sucking his soul dry, he treats himself to, he'd been on the application list for a long time, and Gomer became available. And Gomer is a Belgian Malinois, which is similar to a German Shepherd, but they are very popular with military and police forces. If you just look up Belgian Malinois on YouTube, you will see many amazing videos. And I put a lot of them in the Facebook group, but they're just incredible dogs. And they are also used for service dogs of all kinds. And so he was supposed to be an epilepsy detection dog. And these dogs can sense the changes in their human's body chemistry and know when their human might have a seizure. So, but he didn't do that well enough. And he was also too friendly, which I guess is another reason why a lot of service dogs fail, because they're too friendly to everybody versus just being attached to their person. So Sam ends up with him. And then more happens later in the bonus epilogue.
And he's a great addition to the doggy/pet family of the Bed siblings.
Yeah, he ends up having a very special relationship with Barbara, I think.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody have a very special relationship with Barbara?
Yeah, positive or negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Ethan has a love-hate relationship with Barbara.
Yeah. I just encouraged Erin to call Barbara Mutton, or did I encourage Ember?
But you were like, should one of us at one point call her Mutton just once? Like, maybe just once, maybe.
Oh man,
it seems like something Ethan would say.
Yeah.
Well,
get this mutton out of here.
So keep your eyes peeled for that, readers.
I know. I just
don't
want to talk about Erin's book now.
know.
I'm in the middle of reading it.
We'll do that next month.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I
then another one after that.
I need one of us to write a veterinarian book. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that. Hearing Erin talk about all these dogs, I just need there to be a vet book or maybe a whole like dog centric series where somebody's training support dogs, somebody's a veterinarian, somebody's a hot farrier.
Yeah, back when I was narrating tons, I did a Jill Shalvis series that was all about a veterinary practice. And oh, I loved that so much. It was so fun. It's a great connector because they were very entertaining animals. There was a parrot who lived at the practice, so I got to do parrot talk.
Wow.
Is fun. And there were all kinds of dogs and cats, you know, because they all had, and horses. I mean, this was in Idaho, set in Idaho. So they had all the animals, large and small, all things great and small.
Yeah. So there is, I live in Pittsburgh. Everybody who knows my books know that I live in Pittsburgh, and all of my books, except for Since You've Been Gone, basically are set here. And last week I took my son to a farm sanctuary. It's like 20 minutes north of the city, and it's run by a woman who is a veterinarian. So she is taking care of emus and baby pigs and ducks and geese, and they have grouse there and turkeys. And it's just amazing to me that one profession that these people have to learn the anatomy of so many different critters. I mean, like, what do you even do? Someone shows up with an iguana and you got to take care of it. Like, how do you know how to do that? I think it's magical.
I have a joke like that in one of my plays where a guy basically disses a doctor because he's like, you only have to work with one animal, basically, like a human. And this one over here, this vet can do this, and this a whale, a bullfrog, and like on and on and on. It's pretty amazing. And I know there's specialties, of course, but it is pretty amazing.
Well, if you do, like we learn, and maybe you probably know this with having rabbits, Lainey, but when my daughter adopted rats, and then we got chickens, and then my daughter also adopted a snake, not at the same time as the rats. But you can't just go to any vet. You have to go to a vet that will take, I think they just call them all exotic animals. But
That's
then those people will take anything. So I'd walk into the vet and there would be a parrot and there would be a snake and so those people are pretty amazing.
I love taking my rabbits to the vet because our vet, it's just like that. Like the last time I was there, somebody had a ferret like tied around his neck and the ferret had an abscess tooth, and there was a bird with a goopy eye, and the vet comes out and talks to people, like our exotic vet. And so I'll be sitting there, and I had no idea iguanas could retain eggs, and I didn't know.
Like they got stuck in there, or that's something that they do as part of the normal?
Got stuck in there. I didn't know that birds have a vagina. I mean, I learned so much.
Well, it's a cloaca, really.
No, there is a breed of waterfowl. Perhaps it's just the egret. I don't know. This bird was there and it had a vagina.
Well, I think this is our next group project.
Exotic vets.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be a vet practice in Fort Lick. Oh my God. We have to do another season with the
large animal vets, and all
the farrier, the bird vet,
the farriers. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Or it could be coxsackie.
Do we want to have a bunch of vets, or do we want to have a bunch of the clients find romances?
Why not both?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're getting into the weeds of planning, y'all.
Yeah.
We all just talked about how we have books to write.
That's
right.
True. But it's so much more fun when we do it together.
True. Yeah.
So, Erin, what's next for you? I know you're trying to get this one done, but
After this, I'm diving back into my Christmas book, which I was hoping to get out last year, but the concept for it has changed quite a bit. The title has changed. The way I work has changed. So I'm excited. Like, this has really invigorated me. So I'm excited once I wrap this to come dive into that. And I'm working on a TV pilot. So that's a different world. Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah.
And you're going to see T-Swift soon, yeah?
Yes, next month I'm going to London with my daughter and we're seeing Taylor Swift.
Tell us about your outfit, please.
Well, we're still in the research mode. So June, my daughter, she wants to wear the Reputation outfit from the Eras tour. So if you're not familiar with that, it's black and it's got a red snake that kind of winds around and sequins and stuff. She has one part of the black unitard is armless, one is legless. So I'm going to figure out how to make this for her. That's next. Yeah, that needs to happen really soon.
As a Halloween costume.
Well, no, I think I'm just gonna get like a black unitard. I'm gonna cut off an arm and a leg. And then I think I can get like a snake applique situation and sew that on. She'll be happy. And then my friend who I'm going with and her daughter, we want to do something fun but like comfy. So we might do like a folklore dress or a tortured poet sort of situation. But the little girls there, we're going to make them costumey for sure. Yeah. And we had a bracelet making party, sleepover the other night. We're in it to win it.
What do we think Gran would wear to see Taylor Swift?
You're asking the hard-hitting, important questions, Lainey. A really hot bodysuit. Like a lover bodysuit. No, I don't know what Gran would do.
I think she would wear one of the shirts that says we're never, ever, ever getting back together.
Or who is Gran anyway? Ew. She could wear
Can you just see like Ethan and Alex accompanying their ladies to Taylor Swift? Molly and Leah would be like dressed up. They would have the sequin eye and
honestly, I think the ladies would just leave them at home.
Yeah, they would
know.
I mean, okay, do we think any of the men in the series would be T-Swift fans?
Well, Sam knows all the lyrics because he was forced to learn them.
Yep.
Growing up with Colleen, and it's one of his trivia superpowers.
Superpowers, yeah.
And Bacon would be all about it. Come on.
I do feel like Bacon would be all about it. Yeah.
Agreed. And does Jackson consider her a rival, an inspiration? We don't know.
That would be like going to a work event and he would be too tired.
She could give him some mad advice about contracts and going your own way.
She could.
Yeah.
She could.
The readers don't know yet. Shh.
I don't think I gave anything away.
Yeah, I know.
Just enough to pique interest.
I get to start reading Jackson's book today. So
yeah, that's on as soon as we hang up. I'm going to do that. I'm going to read the last book in the series.
I know. Someone, I forget who commented in our little group chat yesterday, but they said they were getting emotional. Was it you, Lainey? Yeah, they were getting emotional over reading the last book and being like, oh my God, it's the end.
We did this thing. Like it was just an idea and now it's a real book series. Like, it's wild.
With a town that people want to live in.
Yeah. And there's going to be audiobooks.
Yeah.
And other special things.
Other special projects.
And obviously it's not the end because one way or another we're going to do this. We're going to make Sarah Whitney do something with us at some point.
She's got a vet book on tap that she never wrote. And we got to do it.
Sarah Whitney, we are calling her out here.
Sarah Whitney, we're coming for you. You're coming to Fork Lick.
And all of our other writer friends can join us. We could just make it a big, giant world.
Yeah, who else was asking if we do another season? Somebody else had asked.
We don't want to put too many people on the spot.
I know.
No, but I mean, we're going to have an exploding farm market.
So I'm later going to celebrate by going to a farmer's market that we just learned about.
Yay!
Very excited. And then we're going to go out to dinner at this place that we call Moose and Squirrel because it has I think it's called the Hawk and the Dove, but we can never remember what it's called. So at some point we just started calling it Moose and Squirrel. So that's one of our,
like Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes. Yes.
I want to hang out with the Grays at the Moose and Squirrel.
They have very fancy cocktails. And it's like farm to table. So it's a whole themed celebration. And I do have to get a little bit more work done before we go. But thank you for spending another hour hanging out, ladies.
Yeah. Thank you,
everybody. Send me your answers.
Yeah.
Karen at KarenGray.com. Send me your answers, whether you have participated listening or you downloaded the questions. You have a week to get them in. And also, I think Erin, I know Lainey is giving away a paperback through her newsletter. Hello.
That was exciting.
That was
in the house.
Turn off for a minute. He looked like he might.
I heard the cat in here at one point, but I've never had him online. So Erin, are you giving away a copy too?
Yes, I haven't decided how I'll do it yet, but I will. Yeah, probably in my newsletter, probably.
And
I'm giving away a copy of Karen's book in my newsletter, and I am loving reading. To enter from my newsletter, people just had to respond and tell me their favorite trivia category or their favorite bird. And I am loving, most people are opting for birds and a surprising number of cardinal fans.
Okay, so fun fact, the cardinal is the state bird for more states than any other bird. And
I believe it.
I'll take a picture and post it. But when we were in Charleston this year, I found this artist, a local artist, who was doing artwork around state birds. So you could get it was a stylized state of Texas with a mockingbird. And so I bought my mom, who's a big birder, the United States map, and it has the state bird in each individual one. And so many of them are cardinals.
Did she just reuse the same drawing for all the states?
That's a good question. I don't know. But if people are subscribed to my newsletter, they can also enter to win Karen's book by replying with their favorite bird as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Liz, does Mama Alden play Wingspan?
You know what?
Game.
She does not. And I have been meaning to bring it up to her because she is a big birder. I don't know if I told you all this, but she went to Maine a couple weeks ago for a birding trip, like a tour. And she has another one coming up in February in New Mexico. So she is very into birding. I think I told the author group that she was visiting me recently, and every day, all day, we were out birding together. So yeah, she's
Well, please tell her your friend Lainey wants her to play Wingspan. I love it. It's so much about birds.
Okay, cool. I mean, it sounds like a great Christmas gift idea. So I might hang on to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it comes with, I'm going to get up and leave the screen and show you. You can get a book.
This is another app that is actually mentioned in For Fork's Sake. But
yeah, but then it's a board game too, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wingspan is a board game, and one of my sons hates winning and losing situations. So he sits and he reads celebrating birds while we're playing. And it's got all the illustrations and the facts about birds inside. Let's see what it says about the cardinal. Oh, it's not alphabetized. Never mind.
Yeah, good luck finding it. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Well, we will be back in a month to celebrate bringing home the bacon. In the meantime, get back to work, people.
Okay.
Get to writing.
Hey.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.